Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Phil from Team Cerberus here with the last 2020 Battlebots prediction for the final Bounty Hunters episode. So this is the Son of Whyachi episode. I think they just announced the other day that if you don't have Discovery Plus, these are coming to Discovery Channel. So I think these are going to become a little easier for people to watch soon, which is definitely cool. But yeah, we have a very interesting lineup here of robots, and we'll just start from the top. We have Rusty versus Kraken. I'm very excited to see this match. I'm wearing the appropriate shirt for it today. And yeah, I think everybody wants to see Rusty win in some dumb way, but I think Kraken has a massive advantage here. These are two really cool robots to pair against each other. I think they're very fitting opponents for one another, just in terms of looks. So I'm really excited for this. I think it's going to be a fun one to watch. But yeah, I'm going to go with Kraken on that one. And then we begin what I'm hoping. I feel like looking at the bots in this bracket, this is the Copperhead's revenge arc, right? Like, Kronos, Son of Whyachi, and granted they beat Gigabyte, but Gigabyte, three bots that, Copperhead has had some pretty memorable fights against, or maybe not super memorable. That Kronos one was a little forgettable, but, some fights that they've had in the past. So yeah, I'm curious because now I think I said it with last week's episode, we kind of know how all these bots ended up in the tournament. And knowing this happened after, I think from Robert's last video, it sounded like some of the issues they were having with Copperhead there at the end were maybe not super easy to diagnose. Didn't really sound like he knew even now exactly what had happened. So there is definitely a chance for Copperhead to maybe still have some issues here. But I know the main thing that they did specifically against horizontal bots was to add that bracing piece in the front. So I'm going to give them this fight against Kronos. I think they've, learned a lot since their last meeting with that bot. So I think they're ready for this fight. Then up in the top right, we have Grabot versus Gigabyte. Another very interesting matchup. I still don't quite understand what Grabot does. I've seen it fight, but I don't know if I've ever seen it use its weapon. I don't think we've really seen it. And I don't know if that's because the weapon's just not effective as it currently is designed, or if other things have come up. I know its fights have been pretty quick, if I remember right. But yeah, either way, that gripper thing, I don't really see it having a good opportunity to get a hold on Gigabyte. It seems almost just like the wrong robot for them to fight. I think they have a wedge on the one side, so maybe they can go wedge first. But I'm going to go with Gigabyte on this one. And then we have Perfect Phoenix versus the Big Dill. This one I'm a little torn on. Perfect Phoenix, obviously very destructive, but did seem to kind of have some issues as it got later in the tournament. I believe it's running D-packs for its weapon, which I know are kind of infamous for burning up. So I think that's kind of what I've seen happen to it a few times. I might be wrong. But Big Dill also had some issues. But I kind of honestly am leaning towards Big Dill in this one, just because it does have the armor and it has the forks that look like they could actually get under Perfect Phoenix and maybe get it off balance, get it to hit the floor, do more damage to itself. So I'm going to go with Big Dill on this one. So then, Kraken versus Copperhead. This could be fun to watch. I feel like it would go very badly for Kraken. I don't feel like they're the right bot to fight Copperhead, really. Even though Copperhead being small, Kraken may have a relatively easy time fitting it inside the jaw. But their armor's also really thick. I think Kraken would have a hard time puncturing that armor. So I would go with Copperhead here. And then I went back and forth on Gigabyte versus Big Dill. I could make arguments for this fight either way, honestly. But so my end result being split 50-50 in my mind. I want to see Copperhead fight Gigabyte again, so I just put Gigabyte in. Not really a fair prediction of who I think will win. Just more at this point, yeah, I want to see that fight happen a second time. And then I would call that one for Copperhead. Mostly, we saw that fight already. Even if the part doesn't break on Gigabyte, we know Copperhead can get under Gigabyte, launch him up in the air, and that's usually when Gigabyte starts to fail. So I feel like I'd be confident enough putting Copperhead winning that one, and then we'd get the best 2 out of 3, I guess. So Poison Arrow beat Son of Whyachi, then Whyachi beat Copperhead, and we'd get the tiebreaker rematch, I think, here, and. Yeah, this is me being a Copperhead fan and saying let them win. That's who I would want to see win this one. But yeah, that's a tough call, honestly. I think, like I said, Copperhead has that anti-horizontal armor or bar or whatever it is, and this bracket has a lot of horizontals in it. And especially the bots that I see going deeper in. Well, I guess Perfect Phoenix, I said, was out in the round 1. But, yeah. There's a lot of horizontals here. I think they kind of have the horizontal thing figured out. So I feel like they could do really well in this Bounty Hunter. And I just want to see them beat all these bots they've beaten before or fought before or whatever. But yeah, so those are my predictions. Let me know in the comments down below what you think is going to happen. And I'll be back relatively soon with kind of a recap video on what I thought of the whole season overall. But I just want to think that one out a little further before I make it. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Later.